Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. I'm starting my dinner. Now, we had a lot left over last night, so I'm going to have some leftovers, but I'm also going to fix a couple of fresh things to go with it. And one of those is going to be a cabbage casserole. We love cabbage, and I wanted to show you how to make this cabbage casserole. Now, I have a whole head of cabbage here that I've started cutting, but I'm not going to use it all because I'm just going to make a small casserole of it. I've got my oven heating to 350, so I'm just going to cut this up. It doesn't have to be fine. You don't have to chop it. You can just cut it like I'm doing. Can you see that? And then we're going to scatter it in the bottom of this casserole. Now, I'm using I don't know, not quite half of this cabbage, because I'm going to put this in there and then I'll look at it. Okay, see, that's all I need for this little pan. This is does it tell? It doesn't tell how big this pan is, but it's a small one. See what I've got? And I've got an onion. I've got a half of an onion left from my last meal. So I'm just going to kind of cut it up, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You can chop it, you can slice it, just scatter it across the top of this cabbage. Now see, I've got that across the top. I'm going to very lightly put some salt on this, because I'm fixing to use something that has salt already. And I'm going to put some pepper. We like pepper. Now remember, cabbage is a watery vegetable. Okay, so let's set this aside. Now what I've done is I have made some homemade cream of chicken soup. And it is delicious. Yeah, it didn't take me much longer to make this than it does to open that can. So, but there's nothing wrong with that can of condensed soup, and I use it all the time. So for this recipe, I'm only going to use 1 cup of this soup. Now, what I want to tell you is this makes like the equivalent of 2 cans. So what's left over, I'm going to put in this container, and I'm going to seal it up. Now, it'll keep in the refrigerator for a few days, or you can actually freeze this. And I would say this would freeze maybe 4 to 6 months. All it is butter, a little flour, chicken bouillon, chicken broth, and milk. Whoops. And we're going to put the lid on it. Seal it up tight, and it's ready to store. Now to this chicken soup mixture, I'm going to add about 1/3 cup of mayonnaise. I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to eyeball, because it will all be good in the end. So we're going to mix that up. Stir that up together. Look at here. How you can't get any better than this. Now, I melted a stick of butter. I don't need the full stick. On this part, I need a full stick total. So I'm going to drizzle with my spoon about half of this stick of butter across this cabbage. Now, what that'll do is make sure that I get it totally covered. So we're going to save some of that butter for our topping. Now, I'm going to add this soup and mayonnaise mixture over the top. Kind of spread it out, because you want everybody to get some of that deliciousness. This remaining butter, I've got, it's not a full sleeve of crackers. I didn't need a full sleeve, and I had a partial sleeve. So I'm going to crush these up and put them in that butter. They don't have to be perfect. You don't want dust. You just want them crushed up. You don't want huge hunks. Look there, and that's all there is to it. Stir it in with that butter. You just want those crackers just a little moistened. Now, what we're gonna do is put this on top of this casserole. And we're gonna spread them across, and we're gonna bake it 35, 45 minutes at 350. And when it comes out, it's gonna be bubbly and golden and delicious. Now, I don't wanna take a chance on that spilling over in my oven. So I'm gonna put it on a pan. And that way, if anything spills over, it'll spill into here and not my oven. Now, what I'm gonna do next is nothing new for any of you. I'm going to make some mashed potatoes, creamed potatoes, whatever you wanna call them. We're gonna be creaming them up with our hand mixer. So let's clear that off. Put that over there where it's tucked away safe. And I've got a couple of potatoes here. That's all me and Mr. Jones need. And I'm gonna, isn't that a weird shaped potato? It don't matter. It's gonna be good, isn't it? And I'm gonna cut these up, and I am going to get them boiling. Now, I know I've told y'all before, and I'm sure many of you know that, if not all of you, do not start your potatoes in hot water. You start them in cold water, because if you don't, the outside of your potato is going to get done before the inside does. And I always peel potatoes with a knife. If you're not comfortable peeling with a knife, get you a potato peeler. I have an amazing potato peeler in my Rada store. This is the best thing. I use it more for vegetables. I'm just used to peeling potatoes with my knife. Let me give these a quick rinse. Does not take but a minute to get these going. I always like to clean where I'm working. I want to rinse my knife also. I'm going to cut them up. Now, I'm not going to cut them well, yeah, I'm going to cut them on the smaller size. If I was doing potato salad, I would cook them larger, but I'm not doing potato salad. I'm doing mashed potatoes, so I'm going to cut them a little smaller. This is an awful large potato, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut it on my board. Hard for me to handle in my hand. I'm going to cover them with water. It doesn't take a lot because it does not take these long to cook. And I'm going to salt them. Potatoes love salt. And then this is your chance to salt them. And they're very easy to salt afterwards if you forget or don't. So don't worry about it. So we're going to get this going. So let me go. I'm going to clean up this mess, and then I'm going to come back and I want to show you that cabbage casserole, and we're going to taste it, okay? I am going to mash up my potatoes, cream them up, however you want to say it. So yes, I'm using half a stick of butter. And I'm going to use some sour cream. You see me use buttermilk a lot, and buttermilk is very good in it. I don't have any. So I'm going to use just a squirt of sour cream. And I'm going to mix it up. So give me a minute. This might be too loud. I'm sorry. Now, these are not going to take much milk because I used that butter and the sour cream, as much butter as I used. But you know what? As they sit, they're going to thicken up. So I'm going to put the lid back on the pot, and I'm going to put it back on the stove toward the back because the heat from my oven will keep it warm. Now, I put my cabbage casserole in for 40 minutes. I checked it. It wasn't done. You want to check and make sure that the cabbage and the onions are both tender. The onions tend to take a little bit longer than the cabbage does. And it wasn't tender, so I turned it on for about 15 more minutes. So, and it's got 5 minutes left. So I'm going to check it again when that 5 minutes is over. And then I'm going to come back once it's tender and let you guys see what it looks like, okay? I just took this cabbage casserole out of the oven. Now I had to add just a few more minutes. So total in my oven, I had to cook it about 55 minutes. You may not have to. I was starting at 40, but that was my oven. But I want to show you guys, look at this. That is so stinking hot. Looky there. I want to try it for you, but it's got to cool. It is absolutely too hot. I want to move this out of my way because I don't want to touch that. But I really, really hope you're going to try this. And if you do, let me know what you think. Let's see if this is cool enough. This is perfect, just like it is. I think if I ever tried to do anything different with it, I might add some shredded cheese to it. But this is perfect. I've never had it, but that's an option if you want to. Mix it in with the cabbage and the onions. Pop Jones is going to like this. Yeah, I hope you will try this. And if you do, let me know. Comment and let me know. Here comes Miss Patchy and Pop Jones in the door. Well, hello.
Hi there.
We're finishing up our dinner.
Sorry I walked in on your video.
Oh, no, you're great. I made a cabbage casserole and I was sharing it with everybody.
Oh, okay.
And, but anyway, I hope you'll try this, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know when I post my next one. See you soon, everybody. Bye.